Hello to all of you, my beautiful ladies. I'm Palina, I'm plus-size model based in Barcelona, Spain. And in my first video on this channel, we were talking with you about my experience in modeling, like which were my first step to come into the industry. And I said one really important phrase there, one really important sentence, that modeling and like becoming a model, it's like a business, and your business plan is growing yourself as a professional model to make other brands and other people to want them to work with you, to show that you are a professional. And to do that actually costs some money and a lot of your time. So in this video we're gonna talk about, does it worth it? Or not. We'll talk about some pros and cons of being a plus size model. So stay with me in this video, and let's decide together in the end what do you think? Does it worth it to be a plus size model or not really? Because like in any other job, there is some bad sides and good sides. So let's start. I honestly would love to start from cons. Like, let's talk about bad sides of being a plus-size model and working in this industry. So first of all, like the worst thing about this job is that it's kind of like unstable job, you know. Most of the models, they just don't know like how much money they will earn like in the end of this month, you know, because you never know how many castings you will take. You never know how much money they will pay for one project which you will have. So yeah, it's kind of unstable and unpredictable work. So you need to know that. Sometimes you can predict your like monthly your salary in the end of the month, especially as I told, if it's like a special season like fashion week season, or maybe if you have some contracts with photo studios which make some catalog shootings for Amazon or like Zalando, some website where like for e-commerce shootings, because it's something more stable in our industry, you know. But generally you never know and it's not really good for mental health sometimes. Another thing which I literally like hate about being a plus size model and model at all, it's that sometimes we work in pretty unhealthy conditions. And like the most bright example, it's when you're on a fashion week and you need to go on a podium to do your catwalking, pretending that you're happy and nice and everything, but you can be like that. But sometimes, because everything is like in a rush, stylists can give you some shoes which are like really small. They're smaller than your leg size, like your feet size, and there's no time to find shoes which will be nice to you, and you're like, okay. And it's so hard to smile when you know that your feet like are suffering a lot at the moment, and you're like but it's about being a professional, you know, to smile and keep doing your work like nothing disturbs you at the moment, even if something disturbs you like a lot. Another thing about it which I don't like, it's that normally all fashion brands, they do like summer shootings of the summer collection during winter time. So imagine if it's a shooting outside, so you wear like summer floral dress and you're outside when it's super cold, and you're just like cheers, I'm so happy. But it's, oh my god, it's so cold, and it's so hard to pretend that you're happy when you have the shooting, and it's also part of our job, and I don't know, we can get used to it, but it's not healthy at all, unfortunately, especially for women, you know. Another thing which is like really bad and at the same time like really important in our industry, it's that you are always feeling that you are under the pressure. Like you always feel some beauty pressing, you know, Like sometimes I feel like my body is not my body anymore, because I need to keep like myself strictly in sizes which are in a contract which I signed. And I can't do anything like absolutely new with my hair or with my nails without asking a permission of my model agent, for example. And because it's like very high competitive industry and you work with a lot of different models, you always compare yourself to other, and you're like, okay, and maybe it can hit a lot about you being like self-confident and everything, but maybe with the time, with the probably with the time you will not have any problems with it, because you also get used to it. Another thing which is like a fully disaster for me, it's waking up super early for the shootings, you know? I'm not an early bird at all, like at all, and I need to make a lot of efforts, you know, to put a lot of efforts to wake up early. But mostly all shootings, they start from super early time. Like if it's outside shootings, they want to catch some sunrise light or soft daylight, so they need to make some makeup and prepare your outfits before it. So it's absolutely okay when you wake up around 4 or 5 a.m. to go to the shooting, you know? And for me, it's such a bad sight, because I really like staying under my blanket. And another thing which make me like feeling super bad about all models, especially beginners, it's when people around you, they don't think that modeling is like a real job, and you're like, what? For example, when I used Tinder to find like my partner, my love and everything, a lot of guys were like, they were like, so modeling, you're a model, but what's your like real job? And I was like, like, pardoname, I already told you, my job is being a model, a plus size model. And in the beginning I was like explaining to people that it's a normal job, and we have all our duties which I can do and everything, and we get paid for it and everything. But now I'm just like, nothing to talk about you if you don't think that the modeling it's a normal job. I don't want to prove you anything. If you think like that, you can do that, but that's it. Our conversation is over. I think in the beginning of your journey, in the beginning of your career, you can meet some people who will think that modeling is not a real job. Especially some members of your family, for example, they can push you to find like a normal job, because modeling it's not. But then when you get paid for like first big project, they're like, okay, modeling is not that bad. And I love this double standards, you know? Perfect. So, we already talked about some cons of being plus size model, and it wasn't like really positive, right? So, let's talk a little bit about good sides of plus size modeling industry and about being a plus size model. It's a lot of things here, okay? But I will focus our attention on 5 things which are the most important for me, and the most like the best things of being a plus size model for me. So first of all, you become more self-confident. Yeah, I know that before I said that you always compare yourself to other girls, to other models, and you're like feeling this pressing that you look not good enough and you need to keep your shapes and everything at the same time. But when you realize that you're a model, you look at yourself in the mirror in a different way. You're just like, okay, everything is fine with me, with my body, with my size, and I'm good. Okay. And then when you have your first project and you see that there's a lot of fashion brands who trust in you, trust you, believe in you, and you're like, okay, okay, I'm a model, and you just start realizing how amazing you are. And it's amazing feeling. It gives you a lot of self-confidence, and it's such a good feeling to tell people that you are a model, and they're like, okay, I see. Another really good side, which I really in love with, is that you travel a lot for your work. Like as a kid, I was dreaming about to have a job, to have work when I can travel and I can be like inside fashion industry. And voila, here I am working as a plus-size model, traveling all around the world. So for example, now I'm preparing for my trip to China and for work trip, and it will be my first time working in Asia, because before I used to work in Europe only. And Europe and Turkey. Is Turkey in like Asia? Sorry. I'm not the smartest girl and I have some problems about geography. But well, okay, never mind. So I'm going to Asia and I will work with Asian market for the first time, and I'm super excited. So modeling gives this opportunity. Modeling gives you opportunity to see the world, and it's such a nice thing, especially if you or your family like don't have enough money to travel. Now you have this opportunity, because when a model agency invite you to come to work abroad, they pay and prepare like everything. So you need just like to be professional and come to work. Another amazing side of being a model is that you have a possibility to meet amazing people from the creative industry. Like on the shootings, you meet a lot of nice makeup artists, stylists, creative directors, photographers, and they're all professionals. They're really into the industry. They know rules. They know how to become a professional. So I always make a contact with them. I always trying to keep connection with them, because as professionals of creative industry, they work with any other brands, and maybe in future they can recommend me for some projects which they will have, you know. So, and also I always ask some advices from them. For example, makeup artists during my makeup to prepare myself for the shooting, and I always see which products she use, or I ask like advice, which foundation is the best in your opinion, so something like that, you know. And because of it, I always learn from other people who I meet, and it's amazing because you can use this knowledge after in your normal, like usual casual life, and it's such a good feeling as well. So also another good side from a bad side. You know how to protect yourself and how to stand up for yourself. It's actually a really good skill which is like necessary for you in your normal life. And in modeling you become like really strong and powerful about it, because as I said before, there is like sometimes stylists, they just give you some shoes which are not really comfortable for you and they just don't really care. Or some makeup artists or like hairstylist, they can forget to put heat protection on your hair, and you need to talk with them, you need to tell them that you are not okay with that. You need to know how to protect your personal boundaries, and it's a good skill, and you can upgrade the skill a lot while you're working in modeling industry. And the last good side I will talk about, but the most important for most of us, I guess, it's that you can get paid a lot for projects, okay? So as a model, before the shootings, I usually sign like a contract, and due to this contract, I have no any rights to talk about like my salary or how much money I get from this project. But sometimes brands, they pay you for the shootings, but also after they pay you a lot to have rights to use this content with you, and they can pay just for 1 year of rights of using this content, or they can pay you each year of using it. So you get paid for your model job, and then you can have like passive income from the shooting, you know. So it's a good feeling. And also just an example. In Spain and Barcelona, average salary is about around 100 or 1,500 euros. And as a model, you can have this money just from one shooting, just from one project. Just saying. So, In this video, we were talking about pros and cons of being a plus size model. I want to hear your opinion, guys. What do you think? Do you have any additional information you can add to my words? Maybe you are not agree with me in something and anything, or maybe you are super agree and you just like have the same pain in your work or something like that. I really want to hear your opinion about this video. And if you're still interested about plus size modeling, fashion industry and everything about it, please subscribe on my new channel, and I promise I will prepare a lot of nice video and content about modeling industry, and I will be super happy to have this journey with you and sharing all this information from my work trips, from my work with you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm super happy and I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you soon. Ciao!